The day I stopped being the nice guy, and suddenly everyone respected me.
Welcome, deep divers. Today we're jumping into a really fascinating true story. It kind of unpacks the unspoken rules of, office life.
Yeah, this one's pretty interesting.
Our source material is a post from Reddit titled, "The Day I Stopped Being the Nice Guy and Suddenly Everyone Respected Me." It's from user throwaway desk 87.
Right.
So our mission for this deep dive is to explore that surprising idea. Why being the constant nice guy at work can sometimes, backfire completely.
Totally. And how just one moment, one act of saying no can shift everything.
Exactly. How you're seen, how you're respected.
Yeah.
We're looking at the power of boundaries, basically. Okay, let's get into it.
What's really striking is how the author describes himself. Not like nice guy in the ironic internet way, but genuinely the person who just said yes, always.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the one staying late for spreadsheets no one else wanted, taking extra calls, fixing problems that weren't even his. He kind of saw himself as the office doormat.
The backup plan. The unpaid therapist, maybe?
Pretty much, for anyone's mess.
And what did that get him? In terms of respect or recognition?
Well, according to him, basically nothing. He wasn't disliked, sure, but respected? Not really.
He had that line about being like a vending machine, right? The one that gives an extra candy bar.
Exactly. Like temporary gratitude, then totally forgotten.
Yeah.
His life was just putting out other people's fires.
Leading to those sad microwave dinners he mentioned and answering boss pings at like 9 p.m. So what was really going on there? What message was he sending by always saying yes?
It's such a classic trap, isn't it? Thinking that being super accommodating is the way to get ahead, get liked, maybe even promoted. But the source just clearly shows it led straight to burnout and just being taken for granted.
Yeah.
When you're always available, you're kind of implicitly saying your time isn't that valuable. It's unlimited.
Okay, right. So it becomes expected, not appreciated.
Exactly. It's not even about being mean or anything. It's just you end up devaluing your own time without meaning to.
So then came the breaking point. It was a Tuesday, he says. Just a regular kind of beige Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Beige Tuesday.
Department's in chaos. Deadline got pushed up. He's already juggling like 3 extra things. And then the boss calls.
Not to check in, I bet.
Nope. To say, hey, need you to take over Sarah's workload too.
Wow.
And something in him just snapped. He just flat out said no.
Just like that.
Just like that. No, I can't do that. Imagine the silence. He'd never said no to this boss. Ever. In 3 years.
Whoa. What did the boss do?
Apparently he just blanked. Gave that kind of managerial half smile, probably thought it was a joke.
Right.
But our guy didn't back down. He repeated, I can't. I'm overloaded. It's not my job to cover for 3 people. And then, get this, he closed his laptop. Mid-meeting.
Slammed it shut.
Slammed it shut.
It's amazing, isn't it, how one moment can just completely change the game. What does that tell us?
That moment, yeah, it was like an earthquake. Professionally speaking, you'd expect, immediate trouble, right?
Totally. HR call, angry email, something. But nothing, absolutely nothing happened. The boss didn't even bring it up the next day.
Seriously?
Seriously. In fact, some of those extra tasks he'd been carrying quietly got reassigned.
Huh.
It really shows that often the only person really enforcing that doormat role is, yourself. When he finally drew a line, people had to respect it.
That's the really wild part, isn't it? After that one refusal, things actually changed.
How so?
Coworkers apparently stopped just dumping stuff on him last minute. And if they did ask for help, it was like with actual respect, not just assuming he'd do it.
Okay, interesting.
And the boss started giving him real praise in meetings, almost like realizing, oh, wait, this guy actually has value beyond being the backup.
It just snowballed from there, right? He started skipping the pointless late calls, ignoring the 9 p.m. pings.
Taking actual lunch breaks.
Yeah.
Outside.
And every time he expected some kind of pushback, but it just never came.
Instead, the opposite happened. More respect.
Exactly. It's not just about the no. It's about signaling your own value. When you respect your own time, your own capacity, you kind of cue others to do the same.
It really flies in the face of that assumption that you have to be endlessly agreeable to get respect.
Completely.
So what's the takeaway here for you listening? The author realized all those years of being nice didn't buy respect. It just brought him the job of being everyone's safety net.
Mm-hmm.
The second he started putting his foot down, even in small ways, people just adjusted. No one fired him. No one hated him. If anything, they took him more seriously.
It makes you think, doesn't it? About the times you've said yes when you really meant no. What was the fear there? Was it actually realistic?
Yeah, good question.
So this deep dive really highlights that genuine respect at work. It often comes from having clear boundaries, from being willing to say no sometimes, not just endless yeses.
It's about challenging those assumptions we have about likability, maybe. Drawing that line can actually lead to more dignity, better treatment.
Absolutely. Yeah. And maybe, just maybe, the most satisfying meals really are the ones eaten with a side of self-respect. Like that Kraft mac and cheese with hot sauce he mentioned at the end.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Maybe so. Something to think about.
How I lost my house in a poker game and somehow won it back.
Let's get into this. Imagine a story so wild. It's like something you hear from an uncle at Thanksgiving, losing your house in a poker game.
Yeah.
But then somehow actually winning it back.
It sounds completely made up.
Right. But it's apparently true. We're diving into this from a Reddit thread. The guy calls himself Throwaway Poker Dad 42.
And what's really fascinating here, I think, is this isn't some Vegas pro.
No, not at all.
This guy says he's Mr. Spreadsheet, a regular suburban IT dude.
Yeah.
Tracks his grocery spending, meticulously.
Like it's the Pentagon budget, I think he said.
Exactly. So you have to ask, how does someone that seemingly responsible, that, careful, how do they end up gambling away their actual house? It's quite the leap.
It really is. And that's kind of our mission today, right? To unpack this really surreal experience and see what we can pull from it. The setup itself is just wow.
Tell me about it.
He ends up in this weird half-finished basement. Belongs to a guy he barely knows. He describes drywall ending halfway up the wall.
Oh, lovely.
Concrete floor. Smells faintly of gasoline. Not exactly the Bellagio.
Definitely not. And it all started pretty small, didn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. Just a $20 buy-in. He literally thought, it's just one night. What's the worst that could happen?
Uh-oh. Famous last words. And that's often how it starts, isn't it? That slippery slope.
Totally. From $20, suddenly it's a $500 waiter. And then the really unthinkable step, putting up the deed to his house.
Which wasn't even a physical deed, right? It was a PDF.
Yeah. A PDF on his phone from some refinancing paperwork. He just showed the phone.
Wow. That just adds another layer of impulsive modern desperation to it. It's not just recklessness. There's psychology here, right? Pride, maybe?
Yeah.
The pressure.
Yeah.
You get in deep. You feel you have to dig your way out, even if the shovel's making the hole deeper. Especially for Mr. Spreadsheet. Maybe losing control was the worst thing imaginable.
So he makes the call, all in, pocket kings. Pretty strong hand, usually.
Usually.
But the other guy turns over pocket aces.
Ouch. Yeah. That's brutal.
He said the room just went silent. That awkward silence. And then his wife, she was there.
Apparently so. Quietly watching this unfold.
And her reaction was just 2 words.
Fix it.
Yeah, fix it. Devastating, right? That must have just hit him like a ton of bricks.
Oh, absolutely. That's the moment, the abstract risk, the, gamble, it becomes horrifyingly real. His whole self-image probably shattered right there.
You'd think that's the end of the story. A really painful lesson learned.
But it isn't. This is where it gets even stranger.
Right. The guy who won, this big guy named Danny, he calls him.
And he doesn't actually want the house.
Yeah.
Which is unexpected.
Very. Instead, he offers him a rematch. Like a gladiator challenge, the OP called it. A chance to win it back.
Which sounds almost too movie-like to be true.
Yeah.
But okay, it raises a question. What happens when you truly have zero margin for error?
Yeah, what clicks in your head then?
He goes back. Same crappy basement table. But something's obviously changed inside him.
He said he played the best cards of his life.
Yeah, and it probably wasn't just about technical skill. It sounds like he achieved this intense clarity. Desperate focus, maybe?
Bluffing, right, folding, right, just hyper-focused.
Knowing this was literally it.
Yeah.
No second chances after the second chance. Yeah. And by, 3 a.m.?
3 a.m., he did it, won the house back.
Incredible. Just incredible.
So what's the aftermath? What does this whole insane roller coaster mean for him now?
Well, he says he's retired from poker. Hasn't touched it since.
Probably was.
He also admits it made him way more boring. And he seems perfectly okay with that.
I bet after something like that, boring probably sounds pretty good.
He said he learned 2 big things that week. Really profound things, actually.
But where are they?
First, that he wasn't nearly as responsible or in control as he thought he was. That his whole spreadsheet identity was, kind of fragile.
A tough realization.
And second, that the universe sometimes gives you a second chance. But expecting a third would be insane. He got lucky, sure, but it sounds like it was more than luck. It was maybe Danny's surprising decency mixed with his own rock-bottom clarity.
Yeah. A perfect storm, in a way. It really makes you think, doesn't it? About our own blind spots. How well do we really know our own limits when it comes to risk, even when we feel totally in control?
Exactly. And what kind of, maybe less dramatic, but still important second chances or lessons are out there for us, if we're willing to actually see them when they arrive.
Food for thought. Definitely food for thought.
My boss asked me to pretend to be his wife at a client dinner, and it spiraled way more than I expected.
A really wild true story from Reddit.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
It's titled, "My Boss Asked Me to Pretend to Be His Wife at a Client Dinner, and it spiraled way more than I expected."
Okay, I think I saw that one. Definitely sounds like deep dive material.
Right. We're looking at how far people go for appearances in the corporate world and, well, the truly bizarre consequences.
It's always appearances, isn't it?
This one involves a 33-year-old consultant in Chicago and her boss, Greg. He sounds like a character apparently obsessed with his image, down to complaining about LinkedIn photos making him look short.
Wow. Okay, so image is everything for this guy. That definitely sets the stage.
So what was Greg's deal here? Why rope his employee into this?
Well, the core of it was this crucial client. They call him Mr. Big Texas Money in the Post.
Catchy.
Apparently, this client was very old-fashioned, a real family values type who insisted on meeting people, with their spouses.
Okay. I see where this is going.
Yep.
Greg's wife wasn't available.
Exactly. She was out of town. So Greg was kind of stuck.
And his solution was ask his employee. How did he even pitch that?
He called her in, framed it as a personal favor, asked her point blank to pretend to be his wife for the dinner.
No way.
Oh, yeah. And he apparently added this really awkward compliment like, "You've got the right look, professional, classy."
Oof. That's something. And she actually said yes.
She did. She mentions being a bit of a people pleaser and, panicking in the moment. So despite knowing it was weird, she agreed.
Okay, so the stage is set for maximum awkwardness. An image-obsessed boss, a people-pleasing employee playing his wife. What happened at this dinner?
It was apparently at some super fancy steakhouse. You know the type. Probably no prices on the menu.
Right.
Greg introduces her as Emily, not her real name, thankfully. She decided Emily would just be like quiet and supportive, human wallpaper.
But Greg didn't play it cool, did he? The Post suggested he really leaned in.
Oh, totally. He went all out, holding her hand, making up little inside jokes, even putting his arm around her chair. Just full on playing the doting husband.
That sounds excruciatingly uncomfortable.
Right. And then, of course, the client's wife starts asking questions.
The details. This is where it gets messy.
Exactly. She starts asking how they met, how long they've been married.
And Greg.
Yeah.
Did he have answers ready?
Oh, did he ever? He's apparently just spun this incredibly detailed, completely fake story on the spot.
Like what?
Like they met bumping into each other at a coffee shop while Nickelback was playing, apparently.
Nickelback. Seriously.
Seriously. So they got married in 2014, which was a year she was actually in grad school, crying over ramen.
Oh my God. What about the kids question? That always comes up.
Yep. When asked, Greg just smoothly said they were thinking about it.
So she's just sitting there playing along, pretending to be this happy, potentially future mom.
Exactly. Grinning, nodding along, playing the part of his radiant wife, which is what the clients apparently called her later.
Radiant.
All while her actual boyfriend is at home, probably texting her memes, completely unaware she's currently contemplating fake motherhood with her boss.
The sheer performance level is astounding. But the really wild part is what happened after, right? Back at the office.
Yeah, that's the twist. Word got around somehow, maybe Greg mentioned it, or Mr. Texas Money complimented his lovely wife, and suddenly people at work started treating her differently, with, more respect.
Respect. For pretending to be the boss's wife.
Kind of. Colleagues who barely spoke to her before were suddenly saying things like, "Great job at that dinner."
Not "great job on the Q3 report."
Exactly. Not about her actual work. Some even called her Mrs. Boss Lady.
You're kidding.
Nope. Even Greg, the boss himself, started being more polite to her. It was this stark contrast to how she felt she'd been treated before, despite years of hard work.
So years of actual consulting work didn't get noticed. But one night, playing wife did.
That seems to be the takeaway, yeah.
What did her actual boyfriend think of all this?
Oh, he apparently thought it was hilarious. He started jokingly introducing her to people as Greg's wife.
Okay, he sounds like he has a good sense of humor about it at least.
Seems like it. Just adds to the overall absurdity, doesn't it?
It really does. So wrapping this up, the core irony here is just, wow. Corporate America can be incredibly weird.
That's putting it mildly.
Pretending to be your boss's wife at a fancy dinner gets you more recognition than actual job performance. What does that even say?
It's a pretty uncomfortable mirror, isn't it? It really makes you question what gets valued. Is it substance, or is it just playing the game, performing the right role, even if it's fake?
It forces you to look at perception versus reality in the workplace.
Yeah.
How much of success is just optics?
And how much are we influenced by those optics, even when we know better? It's definitely something to think about. Maybe the only real win here was the free lobster she probably liked.
Maybe so. A strange story, but definitely makes you wonder about the weird currencies of respect in the professional world. Something to mull over.
Thanks for being with us.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.